Hi, my name is Phil. Online I'm known as Not George Lucas, and in the year of 2021 I watched over 1,000 movies. Here's my story. At the beginning of 2021, I was made redundant from a job I was working at. I had a self-employed business putting old cine film onto digital for people, so I started putting my time into that, and at the same time I was able to watch movies. My memory isn't all that great, so around December of 2020 I started making a list of movies that I've seen just to keep track. It turns out that by about March of 2021 I'd seen one over 300. This was averaging about 3 a day. And that got me thinking, can I watch 1,000 movies in a year? Working from home was going okay, so I carried on working and watching more and more movies. Some days I wasn't able to watch any movies at all, but then I would make up for it other days, sometimes maybe even watching 6 or 7 movies in a day. I have a wide taste in films, so I watched everything from Nosferatu to Dracula Dead and Loving It, from Freaks to Freaks, from Gone with the Wind to Gone in 60 Seconds, and everything in between. Here are some of the series I've watched. All of the James Bond movies in order. All of the Star Trek movies. All of the Fast and Furious movies. The Hobbit trilogy and the Lord of the Rings extended cut trilogies. Most of the Halloween movies. Every Nightmare on Elm Street. The Marvel Cinematic Universe from Iron Man all the way through to Endgame. I also had a run of things like westerns, John Carpenter's movies, musicals, the early Universal monster movies, controversial movies, 80s horror. Now the full list doesn't actually say 1,000 on it, that's because I doubled up on a few movies. Some of them I might have watched earlier in the year, only to watch them again later. Star Wars, for example, I think I watched the original trilogy at least 3 times in that year, but basically everything that's on this list I watched from beginning to end. Finding new movies that I hadn't seen before was getting really difficult, but I found great lists that other people have made, with movies on them that I hadn't seen before. The new movies were coming out all the way throughout the year. I was able to see Dune in the cinema, and then again at home on streaming. What does it take to watch 1,000 movies in a year?
I'll keep it short and sweet. Family, religion, friendship.
These are the 3 demons you must slay if you wish to watch 1,000 movies in a year.
I know the COVID pandemic hit a lot of people hard, but a lot of people took up new hobbies, maybe jogging or cycling or skydiving. Me, I just got lost in movies. It was a good year to do something like 1,000 movies in a year, since a lot of the shops were still closed, work was scarce, and leaving the house was just a hassle. Towards the end of the year, I did find it a bit of a chore. I did seem to be watching the movies just for the sake of watching them. However, on the 16th of December, I watched my 1,000th movie. I was going to watch one of my favourites again, but I went with something that I had never got round to seeing before, Gone with the Wind.
As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.
I was still able to watch some movies after that, so in the end I actually watched 1,028 movies during the year of 2021. Some people say I'm a flop for doing something like this. Some people say I'm a legend. I think I'm somewhere in the middle, like a flop end. I know it's not an amazing story, but I'm proud of it. I still enjoy movies, although I watch a lot less these days. But I also like that it helped me become a contributor to the Last Movie Outpost, and I'm now a regular contributor on there and on their live streams. It's also the reason for I'm making this video. If you have any questions, ask them in the link below and I'll try and get back to you. This is not George Lucas, the guy who watched 1,000 movies in a year.